Guys, it's me. I'm back. What's up, party people? We're like, Mads, come on. All right, this show is taking a turn for the. What's going on, party people? Welcome to another episode of Monster Bass Live. I'm Rick. If this is your first time, welcome. We got a great show for you. Do me a favor. Somebody tell me if this is pixelated, because I'm sitting outside at my grandma's house. Sorry, my mom's house. So I don't know if you guys can see this or if it's bad, but somebody let me know. Hopefully it'll be Jared. He'll text me and let me know if we look good. But if we don't, I'll go back inside the house. We got a great show for you today. We're going to talk a little bit about the box. We're going to chat with Brandon Card. If you don't know him, we're going to get up close and personal with him, learn a little bit more about who he is. He's going to talk a little bit about some of the baits in the box because, as you know, it's topwater month. It's my favorite time of year. Why? Because it's that time of year when you get to see the actual fishing take place. Most of the time it happens surface. This is the time when it's up in the air or up at the top of the water column, and we get to see things blow up. Love this time. Hey, puppy, get back here now. See, I got to be the boss. As always, we'll go through some golden tickets. We'll give away some stuff. But first, if you haven't fished the tournament yet, and if you're not sure what I'm talking about, we're giving away like $25,000 worth of stuff this summer. Your box included a card. It's your identification card. Head over to Fishing Chaos, search for Monster Bass, sign up for the tournament. It's free if you're a Monster Bass member. If you're not, it's only like $25, but we're giving away so much more. It's a month-long tournament. Big shout out to Gramps. He's currently in second. The rest of the team, I don't know what you guys are doing. You talk a lot of stuff while we're throughout the year, and I'm this, I'm that, and how good I am, and then what? We have a tournament, and either you don't show up or you can't catch fish, and Gramps is taking you all to town. So kudos to Gramps for stepping it up. The rest of you, I don't know what you're doing, but I want to see you guys on the leaderboard by the end of the weekend. So, all right. So I'm broadcasting live from Western New York. If you're not familiar where that is, go look at a map. My mom has a house on Chautauqua Lake and another one right in Westfield, which is right on Lake Erie. I am going to fish for some smallies, and I'm actually going to go out and fish for some walleye. Now, lo and behold, I've never caught a walleye in my life. I feel like I'm the only person in town that hasn't, so I got to spend some time and catch some walleye because everyone tells me it's also some good eating, and I like to eat, so let's hope we have some good luck here. What else? Big thank you to Jared and Rafi for setting this up, making sure we could have a Monster Bass Live. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that sometimes we take for granted. So I just want to say thank you for stepping up and doing some day drinking before you showed up in the office. Jared decided to send me a message of what he was eating for lunch, and I can tell you it did include a lot of potatoes and some grains. Sorry, I keep looking because it's the dog, and I don't know if you can see this, but they got a big backyard, and the backyard opens up to I think this is considered, what's the river back here? It's I don't know, Niagara, Allegheny, I don't know. There's steelhead back there, which means there's probably some fox and there's probably some coyotes, and I can't let my dog go too far because he's easy pickings. He's like an appetizer. As always, we'll have the golden ticket, individually numbered. They come in your box. They're good each and every week. Save them. If you didn't win this week, maybe you win next week. You didn't win next week, just keep tuning in. These tickets don't go bad, and at the end of the day, you're going to help me. Help me help you. You can help me by winning and cleaning out my garage because it's full of fishing gear, and I want to give it away to you. So if I call out your number, email me at marketing@monsterbass.com, and we'll give it away. All right. As always, we are manned by the best customer support team on the planet, and someone from the team here. It's probably Alex Rudd's better half. So let's give a big warm welcome to Bethany Rudd and thank her for anything. So if you've got a question about your Monster Bass subscription, let's not bitch and moan. Let's remember that stuff happens. I don't control FedEx. If I did, I'd live in a much bigger house. I don't control FedEx. I don't control UPS, USPS. I hand it off, and I hope that they deliver it to you on time. If it takes longer than it should, I know it's my fault. So please just be kind. We know that this stuff happens. We'll take good care of you. We always do. We always do. Yeah, other than that, I don't think I have much else for you. I got a cocktail in hand. It's not really a cocktail. It's just some water. I don't have Liquid Death here with me, but as always, our show is sponsored by Liquid Death. Why? Because they're helping rid the planet of plastic one can at a time. So if you're, in the market for some water, consider buying Liquid Death. All right. I apologize. Bauer! Oh, he's right here. That's pretty bad, but what can I do? All right, so let's not waste any more time. The phone lines, we're gonna open it right up. I'm gonna drop the dog in the house really quick, so you're gonna see nothing for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's give a big warm Monster Bass Live welcome to our guest. He knows a thing or two about bass fishing. He's won more money than you and I combined. And we're going to learn a few things today. So let's give a big warm welcome to Brandon Card. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's going on, Rick? Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show. You got a few plaques back there. What do we got there?
I don't have a blue trophy yet, so nothing really to brag about yet. Those are just classic qualification plaques and some miscellaneous trophies. But still gunning for my first Elite Series win, so hopefully that'll come soon.
Well, listen, you and a lot of other people, so you're in good company.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah. So it was funny because right before we got on the call, you were like, "Didn't we meet at this event?" And I was like, "Yeah." All of a sudden, it came to me because in the last week we've been talking. They were like Brandon Lester, Brandon Carr, Brandon this, and I'm like, I can't keep them all straight. And the moment you came on the screen, I was like, "Oh my God, I totally spent a weekend with you in Florida."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what it is with fishermen from the ages of 30 to 35, but it seems like half of us are named Brandon. So it can be very confusing. And then, obviously Brandon Cobb sounds a lot like Brandon Card. And I think y'all had Cobb on maybe a week or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's sponsored by Yozuri as well. So
Yep.
that just in and itself, people think that I'm Brandon Cobb. They think that he's Brandon Card. It's very confusing.
I bet. Maybe you can try and cash his check from last week, or it was last week, right? Yeah.
No, Lester won last week.
Lester, see,
Brandon
you can't
Lester
even keep track.
Yeah, Cobb won 2 Elite Series events in 2019.
And then you got Brandon Coulter.
Yep, Coulter on the BPT.
Yep, Brandon
Palaniuk.
Oh God, there's so many of you guys. All right, I'm gonna make a note. Hey, Fix, from now on, your name has to be Brandon, or you can't be on the show. And I'm gonna let you include the president of the United States, because I'm sure half of our audience would love that and half of our audience would hate that. But if you can get me, I'm happy to ask him questions that the public wants to hear about. So
exactly.
All right. So yeah, I think the last time we talked, I was probably with a different company, and just like Voldemort, we won't say their name, Lucky Tackle Box, and but that's okay. But yeah, so this month I don't know if you know anything about our company and what we do, but
Yeah.
basically we break the country into regions because we realize that, you know, the baits you're throwing in Michigan are not the same baits you're throwing in Florida right now. You can theme a box out, but you're still going to have different colors. And so what we do is we do that. We break the country into regions. We send you baits that are seasonally and regionally appropriate. We give you a guidebook, and then we literally show you, like, let's take the case of that Yozuri topwater. Where is that? What's the number one? Yeah, of course. We give you a guidebook. We give you a video from someone. We tell you the right line, the rod, the reel, where to fish it, how to fish it, with the goal of helping you, become a better angler. And then, if you want, put your money where your mouth is and fish in our tournaments.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah, you're also with. Are you with Yamamoto as well?
Yeah, I am for sure.
Oh, well, oddly enough, then we got two baits in the box that we can spend some time talking about. So,
Heck yeah.
all right, before we get into that, let's just go through some basic housekeeping questions. Your home lake is what?
Well, I grew up on Norse Lake in East Tennessee. It's a deep, clear Highland reservoir. I would consider that my home lake because that's where I learned how to fish originally. But my wife and I moved to North Carolina 2 years ago. So now my home lake is High Rock Lake, which is right here in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Nice. And your PB is?
My PB is a 9 pound, 12 ounce. Caught it on Lake Kissimmee.
Oh my God!
And
Where'd you
actually,
catch?
I caught that one sight fishing.
Oh my goodness!
Actually, I caught it in a tournament, Bassmaster Open. That was the biggest bass I've ever caught, and it was actually the biggest sack of fish I've ever weighed in a tournament. It
How
was
big?
a 30 pound, 15 ounces.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was
That's
a fun.
that's
It
a
was a
big.
fun day to say the least.
Was that like a February tournament?
It was January.
Yeah,
Yeah,
January, February. That's amazing.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
So,
I'm still gunning, for my first double digit fish. I mean, I've caught that 912, and then I had a 910 and a 95. So I've had three that if they just would have ate like one bluegill before they ate my bait, they would have weighed 10 pounds. So
oh,
I've been real close.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've you know, mine's 5'1", and it's a smallmouth, which says a lot about my largemouth skills.
Well, I
So,
mean, you are up there in New York where the smallmouth are big, and I mean, there's some good largemouth fishing up there too.
all right. Truth be told, so I live in Los Angeles. So if I want to go fish the Delta or Clear Lake, there's really no reason why I shouldn't, because I get enough invitations, and for whatever reason, I haven't fished Clear Lake yet. So
Oh,
that's pretty bad. There's really no excuse for me not to be like, yeah, I have a 7 pound, 8 pound PB. I think that should be a goal. I think I'm gonna have to put that as a. I'm gonna have to put that on my vision board this year. I think I need to step up and really go fish Clear Lake around January when double digits are pretty possible.
yeah. I mean, if you can get up there in February and put that Yozuri jerkbait in your hand and just throw it all day, you'll catch you some big ones,
You
no
got
doubt.
one bait to throw the rest of your life. What are you throwing? And
Oh,
let me. It's a two part. It's a two part. You got one bait to throw for the rest of your life for fun, and you got one bait left to throw in tournaments.
well, for fun, actually, I will throw the bait that's in your box. It's the Yozuri 3DB pencil. It's my favorite topwater bait by far. That's the bait that I threw at Texoma a few years ago when I finished second place behind Greg Hackney. I love that bait. Man, I've caught so many big fish on that thing. So that has to be my pick for just for the fun bait. Just for day in and day out, just putting fish in the boat. It has to be a Yamamoto Cinco. By far, 5 inch Yamamoto Cinco. You can throw it weightless wacky. You can throw it Nico. You can put it on a shaky head. There's so many things you can do with that bait, and it just gets bit, man. I mean, it's plain and simple. If you're having a rough day, you don't know what to throw, just tie a Cinco on, and you'll catch your fish.
All right. Well, since you brought this one up, this was in this month's box. It's the what is this one? 100 millimeters, 9/16 of an ounce. So talk to me about this bait. Tell me what your setup is, and tell me what makes this bait special. Like, why is this different from other pencils that are out there?
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of walking baits out there on the market, but what makes that one so special, in my opinion, is the size, the castability, the sound, and then the way that it walks. So, for one, it's a little bit more compact than a lot of other walking baits on the market.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the other walking baits on the market, that one's 100 millimeters. I would say most of them come in at around 120 millimeters or so. And so that right there is going to get you more bites. But then also, like I alluded to earlier, it's going to cast way better than those bigger baits. Something that you'll notice is that it has a one knocker,
Yep.
and so that one knocker is at the tail of the bait. So you can make pinpoint casts because that the weight of that knocker is in the very rear of the bait. So it's always going to go tail first. And where other walking baits, when you cast them, they kind of helicopter in the air. That one goes tail first, and you can make pinpoint casts. At Texoma that year, I was catching a lot of my fish flipping bushes. The lake was really high. And so on the final day, I pulled out that pencil. I should have been throwing it every day of the event, and I would have won, like probably for sure. But I caught like a huge bag of fish that final day when I finally pulled it out and threw it. And I was making, I mean, I'm not like the world's greatest caster. I'm not like a Brian Thrift or an Andy Montgomery, but I was making pinpoint casts with that thing in like tight little spaces in between bushes and just walking that thing where they probably hadn't seen a walking bait, definitely probably hadn't seen it that week. And so the castability is by far one of the best attributes. Like I said, also that one knocker just produces a really loud sound. So I mean, to be a smaller bait, I feel like it has a drawing power of a
Mm-hmm.
bigger. But just for the simple fact that knocker is very loud, it brings fish from far away. And then, like I said, just being a smaller profile, you just trick those fish into biting.
What's the? Do you know what the thought process is behind the grooves on the bottom?
Yeah, I mean, as you're looking up through there with the translucent belly, and then we have that that mirror flash in the middle
Right.
there. I think it kind of breaks up that, and then also it creates a little bit of bubbles as you're walking along too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just better than having a smooth bottom. Any little disturbance that you can do, that you can create in the water is it's also going to attract fish. Just like I said, from the vibrations, bass have a lateral line, and so they can sense vibrations in the water, and that right there can draw fish in too as well.
Hmm. All right. Now you mentioned switching gears. You did mention the Gary Yamamoto Senko. What? Everybody has a Senko. What makes Gary Yamamoto Senko that much better than everybody else's?
Well, they have the formula, the salt to plastic formula dialed in, and I don't know if it was just something where Gary just kind of got lucky when he was experimenting, and it just worked out and it had that perfect shimmy, or if he's just a mad scientist and he knows the correct amount of salt to plastic. But I mean, I don't know of any other Cinco imitation out there, and there's a lot of companies that have copied it. Like almost every company I know of, but
Yeah, of
none of
course.
them, none of them have the shimmy on the fall, like a Cinco. I mean, it's a deadly action, and
Hmm.
so that's probably the best um, attribute of a Yamamoto Cinco. I mean, I would say also just the salt content too. When the fish bite it, they just hold on to it so much longer. And like when we're practicing for an event, there's a lot of times where I'll just take my hook off and I'll put like a little hitchhiker, screw lock keeper, and just screw it right in the middle of a Cinco. And I mean, it's just crazy how long these fish will hold on to that bait. Like you're trying to shake them off, and like there's times where you'll shake them off, and then they'll come and get it again, and they like hold on to it for like another 30, 40 seconds, and then you shake them off, and then they'll get it again. I mean, it's like they love that salt for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So in the box this month, we also some Gary Yamamoto bait. I guess it's Yamamoto, right? They
Yes,
changed it
yeah,
up.
it's just it's Yamamoto. They just wanted to shorten it. I think it's a little bit easier to say.
Yeah. So we had the Yama Frog in the box this month. Um, Great time of year to be throwing one of these. How do you rig it? What would be your setup, and where would you be throwing this?
Yeah, I mean, I would throw that anywhere where I can find some vegetation. So, whether that's lily pads, maybe some topped out hydrilla, topped out milfoil. Down here where I live, there's a lot of lakes that have water willow, which is
Mm,
a lot of people just call it bank grass. Those are going to be the really high percentage areas to throw the Yama frog. But then there's also times where, especially when the bluegill are spawning, which is actually right now down here, the bluegill will probably be spawning maybe in a few weeks up there in New York. But you can just go down the bank. I mean, you don't have to have grass. You just go down the bank with that Yama frog, just covering water, and basically you're just catching those bass that are feeding on the spawning.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. Let's uh, let's give away. Let's call some golden tickets. All right, for all of you at home, if this is your first time tuning in, of course, you got to get individually numbered golden ticket in your box. If I call your number out, email us at marketing@monsterbass.com. Take a picture with you and the ticket so I can read the number, and you'll make my girlfriend really happy because we can start emptying out the garage. And one day, I might be able to put the Range Rover in there. Until then, it's full of fishing gear that's waiting for you guys. So please, 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 I hope you're a winner. All right, the first golden ticket is Z4299 Z3957. And because I'm feeling lucky, we're going to call the second one A2196A9754. God, I hope you guys won. I really do. Um, whoa, whoa. Did I hit here? Okay. All right, we got a couple calls. What do you up? You open to taking a couple calls?
Oh yeah, for sure. Bring them on.
All right, let's take the first one.
All right, let's
Go ahead,
go
caller.
to.
Go ahead, caller. Where are you from and what's your PB?
How you guys doing? My PB 7.9. This is fishing with T-Rex.
Ooh, what's
Bring 'em
up,
on,
T Rex?
T-Rex.
How you doing, buddy?
Me or Brandon?
How are both you guys doing?
I'm pretty great, man. How are you, Brandon?
I'm doing good, man. Just enjoying life. I actually I don't know if I mentioned this to you, Rick, but we have a baby boy at the house. He's 8 months old, so I got my hands full with him for sure.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I
Yeah,
mean,
Nice.
I often tell people like when you have a child, it's the very first time like you experience unconditional love for the first time because you can get mad at your spouse, you can get mad at your parents, and sure you're gonna get mad at your kid, but I don't know that you ever experience unconditional love with those people. But when you see your kid, you do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Right on. So T-Rex, what wisdom would you like Brandon to impart upon you?
So I have a tournament coming up this Sunday on Father's Day. It's open here in California on Millerton Lake. And I went up and pre-fished Sunday and Monday. And everything right now is top water. So right now I have two things tied on, and that's the pencil you guys were just talking about. And then I have on the Monster Bass Ragnar, I think that's how it's pronounced, the Cyclone. I'm going to put those two head to head in the tournament, taking turns, the 10 cast one, 10 cast the other. And by the end of the day, I'm going to keep an accurate count. I want to know which one you think is going to win.
Well, I mean, it's definitely the Yozuri 3DB pencil. Or actually, I think you are giving away the 3DR pencil, which is it's the same bait. It's just more of the translucent, the realistic patterns. But yeah, I mean, I actually can't speak on the Cyclone. Rick's going to have to talk about that bait. I've never thrown it. I've actually never heard about it, so I would be interested in hearing about it. But I think you're going to get bid on that bait, man. On the Yozuri 3DR pencil, throw it on some braid. Now that is something I didn't talk about. I like throwing it on 40-pound Yozuri super braid. That really helps you get the action that you need to get out of that bait. Now I will tie about anywhere from like a 18-inch to 24-inch fluorocarbon leader, or you can use mono, just about a 20-pound leader, either fluorocarbon or mono. I use just the Yozuri T7 fluorocarbon. And people get all freaked out and they think that the fluorocarbon sinks, but only just an 18-inch portion in front of that bait. It's not gonna do anything to the action of the bait. But that's my setup as far as getting the best action out of that bait. If you throw it on braid, you can really work that bait aggressively and make that bait come to life.
All right. Yeah, I actually have both poles set up with 40-pound Beyond braid, and then I have 18-inch fluorocarbon set up on each of them. I got them both set up identical, but the top water bite's just been ridiculous at Millerton Lake here in California. So I was just kind of doing something different just to challenge myself in the process too.
T-Rex, you mentioned the Cyclone. Are you talking about the one from Spro?
No, it's the Monster Bass Ragnar.
Oh, so what did I? Why did I? Oh,
came in the box this month.
Yeah, but I thought you said Cyclone.
I believe that's what the color is of it.
No, Cylon. Let me see. Yeah, this one right here.
Oh, it is Cylon. My bad.
I think that's a great call.
I don't have the packages because the packages are out in the boat. I thought it said Cyclone. That's what I remembered. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, it's Cylon. Yeah. I just pulled it up.
So yeah, I think you're gonna. This is a great little bait. I think maybe you want to start with the Yozuri because Brandon gave you all the tips and the secrets. So I would start with that one.
Yeah, I was planning on starting with that one because it's a little bit smaller. But I'm going to do 10 casts, 10 casts, 10 casts for the first 2 hours and see how it works out. And then from there, if that's not working out, I'm going to go to my patented bopper plopper and buzz bait.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, doing 10 casts each. I think that's a very smart idea. I actually, do some of the same things whenever I'm flipping. I'll flip with a bait for 10, 15 casts, and then I'll pick up another one. 10, 15 casts, pick up another one. And I think that's smart, doing that for sure.
T-Rex, you can fish the tournament this weekend and the Monster Bass tournament at the same time.
I actually just signed up like 2 days ago for the Monster Bass tournament.
Yeah, I expect to see you on the leaderboard after this weekend.
I hope so.
I
Because
know
this
so.
is a Bass 101 Open this weekend, and there should be probably 50, 60 boats. So
Nice.
I could use some big fish in the first place.
I'm pulling for you, bro.
Right on, man. I hope you catch them up. Good luck,
All right,
buddy.
All right, thank you very much. I won't hold you guys up anymore. I know Rick's busy up there in New York, so you guys have a good one, and Rafi, have a good one.
See you later, T-Rex.
Thanks, buddy. See you.
All right, we're gonna go down to New Orleans, and let's take this call. Go ahead, caller. Where are you from, and what's your PB?
What you say, Rick? This is Vinny Pelican Boat Outdoors. Don't make me say my PB in front of people,
Well, come on. Everybody's got one.
man. I think it's 3 pounds. Didn't have any scale, but everybody looked at the picture and said it was about 3 pounds.
3 pounds it is. We got a goal. Now we got something to shoot for.
Yep.
Oh, I got a goal.
Yeah.
They don't get too big in the marsh down here, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I won the tournament in Texas with 7 pounds total. I mean, come on.
We won't talk about that one.
That was insane.
You got a question
Rick, look,
for
I'm
Brett?
calling to tell you.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to tell you, Rick, I know how much you love your Patriot 3.0, and I took it out this morning, filming a video with it, and I caught a bull red on it, man. So it's official. Redfish love the Patriot.
Thank you. I'm glad you caught something with it. Love that bait. It's my favorite topwater bait.
Dude, that redfish blew up on it, scared me to death. Almost crapped my pants.
Nice.
I do have a question for you, though, Brandon. Around here, I don't have any deep water because I fish tidal water, mostly bayous and canals. So how do you go about fishing bass in the summertime once that top water slows down and that sun gets hot?
Yeah, I mean, once the topwater bite slows down, it is kind of tricky down there in the bayous. I remember a Bassmaster Elite event that I fished down there on the Sabine River, and I'm pretty sure it was like middle of June, but actually about this time, middle of June, and it was so hot. And yeah, there was definitely a morning bite going on for sure. They would bite really good for the first hour or two. And then after that, it was a complete struggle. But what I would do is the water relatively clean, or is it muddy where you're fishing?
No, it's usually pretty stained. I mean, you're lucky if you get a foot visibility.
Oof.
A foot of visibility. I would probably put the flipping stick in my hand. I would probably flip a jig. Of course, you can also. The good thing about flipping a jig is you can swim it too. And, this time of year, June, July, down there in the bayous, swimming a jig can be really good as well. So I would probably do that, a 1/2 ounce black and blue jig, put a Yamamoto twin tail on there, 5-inch twin tail grub, just probably, the black and blue on that, match it up. And I would start flipping, slow down, just try to, if you can get a few bites on top water, that'll clue you into where they are. And so if you can find a few areas where they're active in the morning on top water, then go back through there with that jig, flip it, swim it, and just really slow down, try to maximize your areas. If you can get a little bit of cleaner water, then I would pick up that Cinco, skip it around on spinning tackle, just hook it, wacky style, and just kind of skip it under some overhanging limbs, try to find some shade. If there's any, dogs or anything like that, skip it up under there. The fish really key in on the shade this time of year. So definitely focus on that for sure.
Right on, man. I'm going to definitely give that a shot next time I go out.
Awesome, man. Hope you catch them up. Good luck.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Let's go to Virginia. Go ahead, caller. Where are you from and what's your PB?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm from Virginia. PB is 5 pound 11 ounces currently. Hoping to break that this year.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah. So you guys might have seen me talking through the comments a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to get both of y'all's insight on the steel shad. It's like a yellow and orange popper that came in the box this month.
The pencil or a traditional popper?
Steel shad. I think it was a pencil because it's a bit longer.
Yeah. Okay.
But but it has like a cupped mouth, and I guess the water can go through the gills on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like I took it out to the Chickahominy River around here. It's more of kind of a swampy section of it, kind of some tributary creek action, and I was trying to work it like a regular popper, and I just couldn't get it right. It's like it wants to dive like a floating Rapala kind of jerkbait type of thing, and I'm just wondering, like, am I doing it wrong, or is there some like trick to it that I'm not familiar with?
yeah, I'll be honest with this bait. It's the only one in the box that I haven't personally thrown. I mean, I've thrown everything at least in my pool once, and it's the only one that I've not thrown. So I'm not the right person. But what I can do is if you email me at rick@monsterbass.com, I'll put you in touch with someone that can give you some tips on that bait.
Cool. I did get some good info from a couple of the users in the comments. I was using a braid to fluoro leader, and they were advising maybe try straight braid or maybe mono because the fluoro will kind of make it dive versus pop. But yeah, I was just, I felt like a dummy because I didn't know how to work it.
Is this bait called steel shad? I'm Googling it right now.
The company is Steel Shad, and it's their Topwater series. I'm pretty sure it's the only. They specialize in blade baits, I believe, but they put a Topwater model out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never.
The colors are really good because.
Also,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't think I've ever used that, but I was trying to figure out if that was a bait that my buddy used to throw, but I can't find a picture.
It's a really good looking bait. I need to play with it and figure out, what it takes to get it to really shine. But yeah, I think I'm going to try straight braid next time that I take it out. The Yama Frog has already caught me a couple of fish. That thing is perfect.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
All right, buddies. I just wanted to see if you guys had some insight. It might be cool if you could, talk somebody into showcasing that bait because it's, in my opinion, it's pretty unique, and I didn't really know what to do with it. But if I could find a video on it or something, that would really be helpful. I think maybe to a lot of us.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Cool.
All right, I appreciate you guys. I'll talk
Man,
to you later.
Catch them up.
All right, we got one more. We're gonna take one more call, and then let's see. Go ahead, caller. Where are you from, and what's your PB?
I'm from Missouri. My name is Philip Ryder. My PB is 10-6 from the state of Maine.
Woo!
Hey, that's a big one.
Back in the 80s.
Did you catch
up there?
Did you catch that in Missouri?
My biggest one, I don't know, what's 25.5 inches long. That's the biggest one. I don't know what size that is in the state of Missouri.
Turn down the, do me a favor, turn down the volume on your computer if you got it on.
Oh, it's probably just TV.
Oh, maybe.
I got you guys on TV. And all right, how's that?
It's pretty good.
Right, can you hear me now?
Sure. You got a question for Brandon?
Yes, Brandon. I'm glad I got to meet you at the Bassmaster Classic. I don't know which one it was, but I've been to 4 of them. And when's your next fishing tournament?
The next Bassmaster Elite event is going to be, let's see, in about 3 or 4 weeks, about 4 weeks now, on the St. Lawrence River. They're going to, we're going out of Clayton, New York, which is actually really close to where you are right now. Lots of giant smallmouth up there. We're going to be fishing on the river, and we're going to be fishing on Lake Ontario as well. So looking forward to going up there and fighting some big old smallmouth.
Oh, heck yeah. I've caught some big old smallmouth. Them are fun.
Oh yeah, they're the strongest fighting fish out there. That's for sure.
Well, I got a creek here that I've caught a smallmouth that was 25 and a half inches long.
Oh, that is a dandy.
I don't know. And that was just huge for that creek. I mean, this little creek is small.
That's probably like an 8-pound smallmouth.
I guess I don't know how much that weighs, but whew, it was. I had a young man fishing with me, and his eyes looked like several dollars when he was flashing that fishtail on the water.
Nice.
It about gave that kid a heart attack. That'll give me a heart attack too. But yeah, we're hot here in Missouri, so I haven't been able to do any fishing.
I think it's hot everywhere right now. It is so hot over here in North Carolina. It's unbearable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but around this time, though, I can catch, if I go some of these small streams, I can catch some bass. If I go to creeks and wait them, which I like to do.
Yeah, creek fishing's fun this time of year. Anywhere you can find current is definitely where you want to be. Whether that's fishing rivers, creeks, even on the lakes. Sometimes there's current. That's going to help you catch a lot of fish.
Well, usually around this time, my family's been going to Beaver Lake in Arkansas since 1966, and usually that's where I'm at. But I didn't get to go this year.
Nice.
I love fishing that lake.
All right. Well, listen, man. Yeah, we're still there.
All right, I'm pretty much done. You guys have a good evening, and take care.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot. Good talking to you.
All right. Okay. I think we're good. All right. Well, listen, we're not going to take any more calls. We're going to, I know you got somewhere to be, and so I want to make sure we get you out of here on time. So you're going up to Clayton. Clayton's where I caught my, I was up there with Epic Eric. I was up there with Travis Manson from Smallmouth Crush.
Oh, nice.
And I got to tell you, we went up there for a whole weekend with all the boys, and we created some great content. I mean, 5-pounders. If you weren't catching a 5-pounder, it was getting tossed back. It wasn't even getting weighed for the little tournament we were having. It was pretty special.
Yeah, Travis, a good guy. He fished the Elite Series when I first came on. My first year was 2012. And so he was on the Elite Series then. So, yeah, he's a great fisherman. He's got those smallmouth dialed in. He's one of the best that catches smallmouth. I've never fished with him, but I would love to go with him sometime.
Yeah, I was having a rough day number 2, right? And I'm the one sponsoring the weekend. I'm paying for everything, and he could tell I was getting frustrated. And he's like, "All right, settle in. We're gonna go for a ride." And he took me for a ride, and 9 out of the first 11 casts, 5-pounders. Like it was amazing. He's like, "We're gonna go to my secret spot," and I was like, "What do you mean secret spot?" And yeah, Like, that's how well he knows the St. Lawrence River. He was like, I'm going to make sure that, like, you have a good day.
He's dialed in, man. That's crazy.
It was sick. But
hey, before I bounce off here, something I didn't mention was my rod. My rod set up for these top water baits. If you want me to just hit on that real quick,
please.
Yeah. So for the pencil, I'm going to throw an iRod Genesis 3, 7-foot medium heavy. It's just a great all around top water rod. So that'll be the one I throw for the pencil. And then for the Yama Frog, I'm going to beef up my rod a little bit. I'm going to actually probably throw that on a 7.5 Genesis heavy action rod. So, the thing about that Yama Frog, a lot of times when you're throwing it in those pads and those grass, you need a stiff rod to be able to get those fish up out of the grass. So if I'm fishing in open water, then I would probably throw it, on a little bit lighter rod. But usually when you're throwing that Yama Frog, you're throwing it in pretty heavy cover. So those are the two rods that I'll throw them on. And then, like I said earlier, a 40-pound Missouri braid definitely gets the nod for the line of choice for sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. Really appreciate you taking time to come out and be on the show. And I know you got somewhere to go, so we want to make sure we're respectful of your time. We get you out. And, thank you so much for coming on and supporting Yozuri, supporting Yamamoto Baits. Really appreciate it. And maybe come back again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking to all the callers, and I need to sign up for a Monster Bass subscription.
Yeah. I'll help you win tournaments.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be amazing. So, all right, man.
All right, Rick. Appreciate you, man.
Always. Thank you so much.
See you.
All right. Bye. Well, there you have it. Brandon Card. That was great. All right, so guys, I just want to take. I'm going to end the show a little bit early. I got 2 more golden tickets. I like to run Monster Bass like a family, and I try to support my guys whenever I possibly can. And today's a bit of an end of an era. The Burley podcast is ending, and this isn't clickbait. They're going to go live in about 11 minutes. And, I'm kind of sad, but I fully support it because, I'm not going to tell you why. I'm going to let Burley tell you. I think we owe that to him. So I think that maybe what we could all do is show our support for Jeff and Paul, and 5 o'clock. Let's go bum rush their show. Let's get ready for it. Let's let them know that Monster Bass is in the house. Let's show them some support, and let's make their last show really a great one. Because those guys create some fun content, and they're busy guys, and we'll see what the next stage of their careers is, because I'm sure it's going to be a good one. So let's make sure we do that. Next week I will be flying, so there won't be a Monster Bass live next week because I got to fly back home. I'm staying at my mom's house to them, but I am going to go live every day. I'm going to go live on. Well, Rafi's not listening, so I might go live on Instagram. I might go live on YouTube. I might just do whatever I feel like and not tell the marketing team. And hopefully Jared doesn't tell him. Sorry, Fixie. Let's go to the last. Let me find those golden tickets for you. I819Q9988, K7590H3994. You know what I just realized? We didn't get a call from Mr. Gambit. Hopefully he's okay. But But yeah, we had a great show. We talked a little bit about some baits, had some good calls. I have no idea what Brandon had for. Oh no, it's Brendan. I have no idea what Brendan had for dinner because he didn't call in, that little punk. I have to get him. But yeah, let's all head over to the chat over at on Burley's channel, and let's show him some Monster Bass love. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great week. For all you dads out there, hope you have a really great Father's Day. Father's Day is one of my favorite days of the year because I feel like I'm the luckiest guy on the planet to be a dad. It's my greatest accomplishment, and it brings me more joy than you guys will ever know. And I hope it's a happy day for you. And for those of you that that your dads aren't around, let's take a moment and make sure we find time to honor them and honor them for everything that they did to get you to the place that they are, or that you are. They weren't perfect. They did the best job they possibly could, and you're here because of them. So make sure you get a chance to honor them. All right, guys, have a great night, and I'll see you over in the chat on Burley's channel. Good night.